Hey everybody, back again, and I'm in the bedroom right now, as you can see. So it's September 30th. My daughter doesn't have school today. Is there a holiday that I missed? I don't understand. I mean, I used to be a teacher, and I don't know why September 30th is the day off, but whatever. So she spent the day with me. Normally, I record videos in the morning after I drop her off from school, and because she was with me all day, we were busy doing things, didn't have time to do a recording, and realized it was getting late. And if I'm going to keep my streak alive of updating every day, I got to get a video recorded here quickly. So sneaking away while dinner's cooking right now, and wanted to do a quick little video on SEO. So I did a video on SEO about a week or two ago, kind of what is SEO and why is it important. Search engine optimization. Basically, if you have a website, YouTube channel, Instagram account, anything, if you want to be found on the internet today, you need to know and use SEO, search engine optimization. It's how everything is ranked, basically. So the last video I talked about kind of what SEO is and why it's important, and kind of the how it functions. And I want to do a video on some tips that you could use, easy tips. So when you are making content now, like again for your website, or mostly it's probably be applicable for websites, but things you should just be thinking of and doing as you're making these content, because it's such a pain in the butt to go back and have to re-SEO stuff you've already done before. It's so much easier to just make sure everything's solid as you're making and creating your content, right? So again, if you're into blogging, building your websites, whatever, even if you're not, pay attention, because there's some things you can probably learn here, but just some real quick, easy kind of SEO tips or basics that you should be doing all the time when you're making your content, okay? So number one, this is just off the top of my head here, page speed times, right? The longer it takes to load your website, the more people are going to bounce. So make sure your website loads quickly, right? That means not a lot of images, not a lot of videos. The images, you want to try and make sure they look good, but you want to try and make the file size like as small as possible. Any other fancy things you add on to your website, sometimes a lot of excessive plugins can slow things down. You want to keep your website kind of as simple and as easy to load and quick as you can, because even just a fraction of a second, people are so impatient these days. If it takes a long time to load, they're going to bounce, and then you lose that visitor, right? So make sure your website is kind of slim and mean. Mean and slim? Is that how it goes? Slim, fastest? Slim and mean, whatever it is. And there are actually websites you can go to check your page speed. I think like website speed checker. I mean, just type it in. There's so many things down there. Type in the name of your website, hit enter. It will do a quick page speed load test and kind of rank you on how fast you are. And some of them will even give you some tips on things you could do to try and increase your page load speed. Cache plugins, that's one plugin you do want to have. Is it's a plugin for your website, and what this will do, it will kind of like smush everything together. Technical term, right? So it will load faster. So that's a little trick you could do to kind of make it speed up a little bit. Speaking of images, when you upload images onto your website, right, make sure you actually go into the image file and then you add an alternate description, because that's how the internet is going to find those images, right? Now, what you title your image could be anything. That doesn't really tell Google what that image is. I mean, it may, right? Let's say you have, like, I don't know, a picture of Pikachu, just whatever, okay? Pikachu.jpg, first of all, there's thousands of Pikachu.jpgs uploaded online, so you're just a fish in the sea, no one's going to care. But is it just a picture of Pikachu? I mean, what if it's like a surfing Pikachu, right? Whoa, right? So type in, the title, Surfing Pikachu, but on the alternate description, you can add some extra text in there that will give Google some extra insight onto what the image is. Now, they can kind of look at images and see what they are a little bit, but the whole point of SEO is you're trying to help Google make their job easier. So be descriptive, right? Happy Pikachu, happy surfing Pikachu, or something like that. On all your images, always put an alt description in there, because a lot of people search through images, and so maybe your website doesn't rank highly on Google, but some of your images might rank highly on the image search, and so you can get traffic that way. I actually had a website, got tons of traffic because one of its images, for a pretty good size search term, was ranked super high on the Google image search. And that's actually a good place to be, because a lot of times, you think about it, when you just do a regular Google search, sometimes it will put the images on top of the front page. So if you can, like, it's less competitive, but if you can get an image linked on the top of the image search, you will also show up on the Google search proper, the website search function, right? So you can get traffic that way. So that's a good thing to do. What else do you want to do? When you write your content, if you can, try and make sure it's like at least 1,000 words, right? It's very easy just to spam, small content, and upload a paragraph here or there, and to get like a lot of pages on your website. But again, if it's weak content, weak sauce content, Google's not going to like that very much. So like at least 1,000 words. When you are writing your content, make sure that you have the keyword in there in your content at least a couple times. Don't oversaturate it. Just to go with the Pikachu example again. Something's burning. 1 second. Oh, this is going to be great. My noodles were burning. Oopsie. Okay, so I gotta go clean it up. But anyway, what was I talking about? This is such a great video. This is such a great channel, right? When you're writing your content, right? At least 1,000 words. Put the keyword in there you want to try and rank for, which I'll get to again in a minute. But don't oversaturate with the keyword. Make sure that you do the spell checking. Make sure it's an easy read. Google doesn't like it. Actually, they can tell, and they don't like it if it's like super wordy, if you have super long sentences, even something like not using a lot of transition words. Google will ding you for that. So just make sure it's an easy, light, low kind of reading level. That's why if you ever go to visit websites, you'll often see things written in like blog speak, which irritates me, but it's like a sentence paragraph. Have you seen that, right? I went to the store today to get some groceries. What kind of website is this? And then the next paragraph, right? Here's what I bought at the store. Next paragraph. Then I went to the pet, and it's, we've gotten to the point, like, sentence paragraphs is kind of the way people write, but it is a little bit more favorable to Google. I don't recommend you do that, but you get the idea, right? Try and break things up and just make it an easy read. Keywords. When you're trying to rank for keywords, put the keyword in the title of your article as best you can. I mean, it should be in there somewhere. So again, just go with the Pokemon Pikachu example, right? If you want to write a huge article and get it ranked for why surfing Pikachu is the best, okay? Then just call the article "Why Surfing Pikachu is the Best." Okay, put the keyword, what when people type in to Google, that's kind of what they're searching for, right? Why is surfing Pikachu the best? They type it into Google, bam, hey, if there's an article on why that, you're going to rank right away, okay? Try and put that keyword in the first paragraph of your article as well. Why surfing Pikachu is the best, you may ask? I'll tell you why, okay? And then that will help with that. And then if you can, try and fit that in a couple more times in your content. Again, too much, Google will ding you for it. Not enough, they'll ding you for it. So just like Goldilocks, right? You want to be just right and have the right amount of keyword sprinkling in your content. Again, with keywords, you want to try and have long tail keywords. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but again, I kind of hinted at it. You're never going to rank for just Pikachu. There's too many there's just too much competition, right? Happy Pikachu, good luck. Surfing Pikachu, even that will be difficult. But if you can narrow it down to why surfing Pikachu is the best, right? It's the same idea. You're still trying to rank for Pikachu, and maybe you're surfing Pikachu now. This is awesome content right now, right? But because you're making it a longer keyword, there's less competition, and so you will rank for that easier, right? So just kind of get in the habit of that. So page load speed, have your images small or decent size resolution, not big, huge mega images. Try and go easy on the plugins. Long tail keywords when you can. Make sure that your written content is easy to read. It is at least 1,000 words, and it's not stuffed with keyword, just right. Another thing is to update often, right? I don't know if updating every day is possible, but if you can, Google does like to see that, right? They like to see, that your website is still it's still growing, that the website is getting updated content daily, right? They don't want, if the website has been put out to pasture, hasn't been updated in 5 years, right? Is that really like the best, most up-to-date information on whatever that website is about? Is Google really going to favor that website over one that is updated constantly, right, and is kind of up with current events and it's popular? Definitely not. So if you can, try and get in the habit of updating as much as you can. Every day, of course, is best, but sometimes that is very difficult to do, so just be careful with that. But constant updates are good. Backlinks are super important, but that's a whole video in itself. But you do want to try and get your backlinks when you can. And I'm over my 10-minute mark. I got burning noodles I got to go clean, so I got to get going here. But just again, some basic kind of SEO do's and don'ts, and these are just easy things to keep in mind when you're making your content. There's a ton of other more detailed things, and I'll get into those in later videos. Like I said, right now I just wanted to update daily, keep this little vlog, V-L-O-G, vlog streak going, and get a video up here today before the day is over, and simultaneously make some dinner, clean up the oven. I had some noodles and they boiled over on it's gonna be a mess, but whatever. Oh well. Hopefully it's good. Okay, I gotta go. I got things to do. This time it's cleaning and cooking, and I know you do too, so I'll catch you later.